Hello students. In this lecture, we shall study about the process of electrolysis. For electrolysis, the electrical energy is used to carry out a chemical reaction. And what is that chemical reaction? That is non-spontaneous chemical reaction in which an electrolyte is ionized in its solution and is separated at the electrodes. See, for electrical energy, DC energy is used, direct current is used. And if we see an example of this electrolysis, we take an electrolyte CuSO4. Copper sulfate is an electrolyte in this solution, and two strips of copper are inserted into this solution of electrolyte, and this is connected with a battery. This is plus cathode, minus anode. See, what will be the reaction at cathode? At cathode, there will be reduction, and the reaction will be Cu2 plus 2E, that gives us copper. This is the reaction of reduction at cathode. And at anode, oxidation takes place. And what is the reaction? Reaction will be copper So at cathode, this copper is deposited on cathode, and at anode, the copper is dissolved in the electrolyte. And from electrolyte, copper at cathode, copper is deposited at the cathode. So this way, we can purify a metal by making it a anode. Anode is made as impure metal, and cathode is made as pure metal. So what happens? The impure metal, the copper is dissolved as pure ions, and these ions are deposited as pure metal at the cathode. This way, the metals are extracted and purified. Mg, magnesium, aluminium, sodium, these are the examples of some of the metals which are purified by the method of electrolysis. Now, the quantitative aspect of electrolysis was given by Faraday laws. The first law of electrolysis by Faraday, it is about the amount of chemical reaction. Amount of chemical reactions means how much is the amount of metal deposited on cathode, or how much of the metal is dissolved in the electrolyte solution. That is the amount of metal deposited, and that is proportional to the quantity of electricity. Quantity of electricity is Q, that is equal to I multiplied by T. I is the current in amperes and T is the time in seconds. The product of these two gives us the amount of electricity, that is in coulombs. And 1 coulomb charge on 1 mole of electron is equal to 96,487 coulomb, or we call it as 1 Faraday. 1 Faraday. This is the first law. And now we come on to the second law, which states that if we keep the electricity constant, electricity is kept constant, then what happens? The amount of substance, amount of element that is deposited on the cathode is proportional to the chemical equivalent weight of that element. What is chemical equivalent weight? Chemical equivalent weight is the atomic mass of element divided by number of electrons required to reduce the element. This is the chemical equivalent weight. Now we do one numerical. See, there is copper is for how much of copper will be deposited if we pass the electricity 2 ampere, electricity of 2 ampere is passed through 10 minutes through the electrolytic solution of copper. How much of the copper will be deposited on the cathode? So first we write the equation at cathode. This will be the equation. See, this is 1 mole, this is 2 mole, and this is again 1 mole. So for 1 mole of copper, 2 mole of electrons are required. So 2 mole of electrons means 2 into 96, approximately 500. Actually it is equal to 96,487, which can be approximated equal to 96,500 coulomb. So this much of charge, this much of coulombs are required for 63 grams of copper, because 1 mole of copper, gram equivalent of copper is 63 grams. So this much of electricity is required to deposit 63 grams of copper. Now we have electricity equal to 2 ampere of current for 10 minutes. 2 ampere, I is 2, T is 10 minutes into seconds, that is equal to 600, 1200 coulombs. So this much of electricity is required for 63 grams. So this much of electricity will produce into 1200, which will be equal to if we calculate it, it will come out to be 0.3917 gram. This much of copper will be deposited by this much of electricity. This 1 mole of electrons has charge as 96,500 coulomb, and that is also called 1 Faraday. Okay. So this was the numerical based on this Faraday law. Now we have some key points on electrolysis, and that key points are, there are 4 key points. One is that in an electrolytic solution, there are many ions. Means if we have NaCl, sodium chloride solution, we have sodium plus ion, C chlorine minus ion, then H plus ion, OH minus ion. So these are the ions which are present in the electrolytic solution. And this is first key point. The second is that at electrodes, there is competition of ionic reactions. See, in this solution, if we take this solution, sodium chloride solution, at cathode, what are the possibility of reactions? At cathode, there are 2 possibilities of reactions. One is Na plus E minus, that gives Na. And second possibility is, these are 2 possibilities at cathode. But at cathode, which is a reduction, that reaction will take place which has higher value of standard electrode potential. Higher value of standard electrode potential is preferred. A reaction with higher value of standard electrode potential is preferred. In this case, the first reaction has standard electrode potential as minus 2.71 volt, and the second has 0 volt. So which has higher value of standard electrode potential? That is, this will be taking place at cathode. This reaction will take place at cathode, and at anode, oxidation takes place, and the reaction with lower value of standard electrode potential is preferred. At anode, what are the possibility of 2 reactions? One is Cl minus gives half Cl2 plus, here standard electrode potential is 1.36 volt. And the second possibility of reaction is half O2 plus 2H plus 2E. Here the standard electrode potential is 1.23 volt. So the lower value is H2O this. But it should be preferred according to this law. But due to higher oxidative potential of oxygen, this reaction does not occur, and this reaction will take place. So at cathode, this reaction with higher value of standard electrode potential is preferred, and at anode, the lower value of standard electrode potential is this second reaction, but this is not preferred due to higher oxidative potential of oxygen. So the first reaction is chlorine minus ion in half Cl2 plus E. This is preferred. So this reaction and this second reaction of this two, and these two reactions are taking place at cathode and anode. So the overall reaction becomes net reaction of the cell will become NaCl in the presence of H2O give ions of sodium plus and chloride minus, and at cathode what happens? H2O plus electron that gives half H2 plus OH minus, and at anode Cl minus half Cl2 plus E minus, and net reaction will be NaCl plus H2O, Na plus OH minus, and plus half H2 plus half Cl2. This is the net reaction of the cell. This is in gas. This is also gaseous form. This is aqueous. This is aqueous solution. This is liquid, and this is aqueous. So this is the net reaction of the electrolytic cell. Now we come on to one more point, that is the if we want to consider, so we have three key points. The fourth key point is if we want to consider the concentration effects of the ions, then instead of standard electrode potential, we take electrode potential. Of the ionic reactions. As we have studied in Nernst equation. To recall it, I give the equation, Nernst equation, that is AA plus B BB CC plus D D. This is reactant, this is product. These are number of moles. So the electrode potential of cell minus this was the Nernst equation. So to take Nernst equation, we take electrode potential instead of standard electrode potential. So with this, we end this lecture, and in our next lecture, we shall study about the batteries. Thank you.